Hello, I'm Bryce Button with AJ Video Systems, and here we are in lovely Amsterdam, ISE 2019. We've come to the show with a bunch of new stuff as well as some really incredible sets of tools that are going to help you be more creative in terms of the video you create. So the first thing to talk about is we've got a couple of new mini converters, and what they do is they utilize 12G SDI. And the whole point of that is cable simplicity, so you can send 4K across a single SDI cable, and we'll convert it either to or from HDMI. So you can use affordable cameras, for instance, and come out the HDMI 2.0 ports in those cameras and feed to 12G SDI, or the other way around when you're trying to drive displays. Now, of course, if you've been seeing any of the other videos here at the show, you've probably noticed that color is really popping at this year's ISE 2019, and that's due to HDR, or high dynamic range. So we're familiar with the concept that gives you a lot of contrast, but the other portion of it is what we call WCG, or wide color gamut. And one of our most exciting new tools is the HDR Image Analyzing here. So as you work with this new color space, you're trying to drive your displays, whether it's for live events, conferences, all sorts of things, or even streaming production. You're doing a Netflix show, for instance. Dealing with HDR is really key. So what we have here is the ability to actually monitor what's going on with a signal. So for instance, here we have a full screen image. It's shot in a camera log format. These were done in red. And then you're trying to get as much color to screen as possible. So it's an issue of measuring it. Right here you'll see a whole new world. If you're dealing with standard dynamic range, you'd be limited to 100. Now you can get up to 1,000. And what we're giving you are tool sets, for instance, measuring standard dynamic range, P3, that's what's on your iPhone, by the way, and then 2020, which would be television broadcast. So you get all the vector scopes and so on that you need, including audio. This is kind of exciting. You'll see as I move my mouse around, it's literally showing you the pixel values wherever my mouse pointer's at. And the key thing here is to be able to control what you're doing as you go through the process, all the way from the camera, through production, through color work, to final delivery. And here you go, you get your log warnings that you can then send on to the rest of the team. So this combined with our real-time HDR transform engine known as the FS-HDR is an incredible package, because the FS-HDR will take your camera materials in real time, your live event where you might have cameras going, get it into PQ, get into HLG if you happen to be working for the BBC kind of standards, and away you go. So that's simplifying it. There's going to be a lot more information that you're going to want to go dig into. So please do visit us at aja.com.